It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's to the point to where when you start talking about race, people stop talking. You never notice that? When you talk about race, people get quiet.
Yeah.
How can we fix something if people are scared to fucking talk
We're
about
not
it?
talking about it.
That's
Yes.
a trick.
Yo, but that's the
That's a
shit.
trick.
Donald Trump, if you don't know, the last 4 years, if you haven't noticed in your workplace, or I know I noticed it in the workplaces I've had, I've switched careers within the last 4 years, but you don't talk about this thing anymore. You don't have like any of that shit. And when you talk about discrimination, you're talking about with disabilities and people that may be, you know, coming in with a service dog and other shit. You're not necessarily talking about the racial discrimination or the racist shit that actually do happen. Like, but he pulled that out of functions. He pulled that out of corporations. He pulled that out of trainings because he feels like it's more uncomfortable for people to talk about it than it is to address the shit that actually fucking happens in the world. Like, we're not going to talk about this because the racial training is more racist than anything. How is it racist? People feel uncomfortable. Is that racist? I don't. I'm racist too. When I'm in them trainings, I get it. Like, I get the shit that they're talking about.
But the thing is, it's like, who is uncomfortable? Who is he catering to? He's basically catering to white people because white people feel uncomfortable when they talk about racism. But the thing is, you're only uncomfortable with something because you don't speak about it. The thing is, if you were able to converse with people and have an open dialogue and have an honest dialogue, when you talk about something, especially that you don't know, and when you get more information about it, guess what? You learn something about that. So the simple fact that we don't speak about it, hold on, before you even go, don't cut me off. The simple fact we don't speak about it and it's always suppressed, we're always gonna have freaking prejudice about everything.
That's
and
my
like,
point.
If they act like that, you know what I'm saying?
That's my point. So when we say racist, I'm not talking about Webster's dictionary. I'm talking about you're different than me. I don't like you. That's what I'm talking about, right? That when I say racist, because the dictionary definition has a connotation of power. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the way we use the word racist. The way we use the word racist is that motherfucker don't like me because I'm black. He's racist. So if we can accept that that's what we're talking about, we can move forward in this conversation.
It all depends on the context. There's context to everything. It all depends on the context.
But my point being is this: if a white person says, "I think black people," and it stops, it doesn't matter what the fuck they say after that sentence. We don't fuck with them. We're mad at them because how dare you, as a white person, say, "I think black people."
Nah, I want to hear what they got to say.
Bullshit.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Me personally, yo, I like having open dialogue about this because I want to see how this person thinks. Yo, my next question after that is, why do you think that? That's my next question. And the thing is, then we have an open dialogue. Then we have a discussion. You know, hey, it's not always like this is that. Why'd you come to that conclusion? But the thing is, if I give you that information and I basically lay it all out there, and you're basically like, nah, that's what it is. No, my friend, you are a fucking racist then at the end of the day. Because if I give you information, I tell you and I promise you that's not what it is, and you still say, nah, fuck that, dismiss that, my friend, you a fucking racist at the end of the day. Period.
I can meet a new white person today. I don't put that experience on this new white person I just met. They will have a horrible experience with black men that look like you and see you, and that experience is attached to you. And you're not that black man.
And that's the difference.
That black man in life.
And that's the difference between racism. I'm saying that's the difference between racism. A racist will base one experience with a race and will generalize. That's how that's how the whole race is.
That's how Mexicans are. That's how all black people are. That's how Africans are. That's how Asians are. Like,
we don't do that. We don't do that.
No, shit. We don't have that in us. I'm not saying we don't have that in us. I'm saying that we have that prejudice in us.
Human beings do that. Period. White people don't do that. Human beings do that. Period. To say that only white people do it is fucking racist.
Yo,
I never said,
oh,
but
first
yo,
off,
I never said only white people because there's black people do that shit to different races too.
Black people
I'm
do it to
saying-
black people. Let me tell you something. The idea that black is bad is not a white people exclusive thing. I told one of you guys this story before. I came home one night from work when I lived downtown, and I saw a bunch of kids standing in front of my building. Some of them were white, but it was like black kids, like ghetto hood kids. And I remember seeing them standing in front of my building, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. These thugs are gonna fuck with me. And I'm thinking all this shit. I walked through them. They didn't say shit to me. I went upstairs. I walked past my mirror and I saw that I looked just like them. And I was like, holy shit. That shit, the stigma that black is bad is so crazy that when I see niggas that look like me, I'm clutching my purse.
No. What you What you were looking at, I'm saying, what you were looking at, that's basically PTSD from them saying from the effects of your environment. You were looking at those motherfuckers like, yo, they dressed a certain way, not to the fact they were black. They had hoods on, they looked like thugs, they looked like they were getting into some shit. And around your hood, they may be some Spanish niggas, they may be some white niggas. I'm saying there may be some black niggas that look like they up to no good. You know what? Let me be aware. I got my shit on me.
Okay, so you got a point. Okay, you got a point. But you got a point. But you got a point. But my point still is we categorize people based off of whatever.